Good morning, good day. This is African Crypto Warlord. Hope you guys are doing well, having a beautiful sunny day out here in Zambia. Hope you guys are having one too. Okay, so what we're going to be observing here today is this is our 1 minute distribution cone that was set maybe about 6 hours ago in 38 minutes, and we're going to watch it play out. The general idea being is it wants to come and touch this mean for continuation, either up through the other side of the cone or continuation down through the cone. So what we're going to be observing here is this is the 1 minute time frame. Then I'm going to put on my secret time frame with the cone set up specifically and all my indicators set up specifically for that time frame. So my data set flows. Anyway, so here's the fail at -1. All right. So now we've got to start looking for negative drift on higher term time frames, because if there's negative drift on higher term time frames, we'll know that it's going to reduce the steam off of a potential pump that comes out of here. Okay, so then what are we doing here? We're going to go look at now the secret source of a time frame, and this is what I have built my model around, and yeah, it's pretty accurate with regards to distribution of random returns. Same idea, wants to be at the orange line for safety. That's all it is, so that I can build up expansion and volatility. All right, and then from there it will pick a direction. So all we're observing is if we close below here, we look for continuation to the downside, which is at 4687 cents, and we look for continuation to the mean if we close above here at 4806. So there was obviously some hectic signal processing that needed to be done last night trading through. I was observant enough to catch one of these things down. Where was it? It was into the new day for me. So I was somewhere in here to my daily mean, which would print, I think it's halfway through. I think it was somewhere in here where I entered in again, and I picked up my 1%. So to do that every day is the goal. So we look for 1% ranges and pullbacks to 1% ranges. So what we're observing now is VRE levels. This is a daily line. This is the new daily. It's Monday. This is the new weekly. It's Monday. So the general idea being is this is our targets, and what we can say for today is this is the size of your range from daily mean. We've obviously hit it before, but we came in, we tested the weekly mean, and we're looking to see what can form from here. So if we've hit the weekly mean, let's go have a look at what our 7-day oscillators have to say. Do they have bull div? Do they have bear div? Because if they have bull or bear div, we will know that that weekly level that we just observed, this one, won't be quite hard to see on these higher term time frames, that this weekly level we have just observed will be a place in which market continuation can happen. Alright, so there's a weekly mean in here, and that's what we're coming to target on these oscillators, everything else. So we're going to throw up a reverse wave trend. We've broken out our reverse wave trend. We hit our mean. Perfect. The data is here. There's reason for everything. Obviously, you close above whatever this will be at the time you get there. So let's just call it 555. So 55 cents. You close above 55 cents. You look for continuation to 7691 or wherever this orange line will be during that time. Okay. From there, we're going to move into what have we got? We've got some expanding volatility. So given that price action has gone up, we know that expansion in volatility, whilst price goes up, it's correlated to the upside. All right, that's sort of what these are. Red means expansion down, blue means red means down, price action down, blue means up for candlesticks. Okay, now let's go drop in on our reverse oscillator, see what is going to help set in a bear div, given that we're closing below our VRE mean, our reverse wave trend mean. Okay, so we have some expansion and contraction. Both volatility tools are saying they're counteracting each other. The sideways action does give time for this to print through and this to print through. Given this is just opened and we're maybe not even 10 hours into the day of the new week as well, we can see a lot of playing around here. So what are we going to do? We're going to go drop it to the 5-day time frame, and we're going to start to look for shuffles. So there's sideways significant, so there's expansion to the downside, but these two negate each other, right? And given that it can expand to the downside, we've seen that the trend is leaving. So we know that the downside candle is going to be a little bit smaller than the upside candle for example. There is a flash off at the current moment, but to put the flash on, you obviously just have to close above its open and you'll be on your way. We have had an outlier event into this region here, so it will be a good place to set up. We're going to be looking for negative drift to help turn this around for at least another 10 days. But that we can start to observe on these lower term time frames. So 3 days still running strong. She's going to have an outlier event. She's high up in her outliers though. Did have a perfect outlier event at its 3-day reverse wave trend, so we've got to be observant of that. We have some red flashes falling off. So if this thing does want to cross through, you'll find that this super scalper you see at the top here, when it hits the mean, you'll more than likely find the 1 or 2 candles will also be at this mean at 42 cents. Pretty much where we came from on Friday. Okay, 2-day, let's go have a look. I don't think 2-day will be as important as of yet, but it is keeping it this contraction, whilst negatively correlated, is what's keeping it above reverse wave trend, and it did tag it quite perfectly. So that's something to be observant of. Okay, so 46.18, you close below there, you look for continuation down, expansion, and confirmed sell-off over here. Alright, let's go look for 24 hours. So we see the 2-day there, right? What can we do? We want to observe what's going to put in like a bull div, for example, in this region. So now we're going to move into contraction. Both are positively correlated. So this one says 24-hour, if we catch mean reversion. Let's go put up reverse wave trend. It's on. Ultimate power means, are we bouncing off anything? Nope. VRE levels. So we are at a weekly VRE level, given it is going to be quite hard to break through. And we know that the range is also a little bit to the upside. So this is contraction, which means it wants to push through that weekly mean. We have some expansion to the upside on the 12-hour, which is going to start making the return oscillator down candles smaller, okay, which will help turn that around. That's mean reverted to the downside. That's already broken its 1.5 standard deviation move and got bought up, so it more than likely touched the 2SD. Blue flash is still on though for 12-hour. Expansion to the upside. So let's go see who's going to be supporting Shannon Entropy in PC and who is looking for continuation and return oscillators in DLP. Alright, now we're going to drop to the 6-hour. Make that big. We're going to drop it to the 6-hour, and then from there we have contraction, sideways. So sideways will make it easier for this candle obviously to mean revert to the mean over here, given that the next candle closes above JMA, which will naturally push it above the reverse wave trend. But anything of failure from here, so a candle closed below reverse wave trend, will be looking at UMP 4342 or 4252 by the time those get there. Blue flash is off, given that there will be a little bit of negative drift coming through the book because the 6-hour is under the reverse wave trend. As you can see, the reverse wave trend on the 6-hour is rather smashing. When it gets outside of it, sort of new trends start, right? And it doesn't want to get out of it for a long time. So when it does rip price action into a new trading zone. Alright? See there, a couple candles, not even in the day, not a whole day. And it just wants to sit in here. Rips it to a new range when it gets out of it, right? So that's from 60 cents to 33 cents, you could say. We'll make it 60 cents here. So it's 59.20 to 30 cents, right? So as it gets out of there, it wants to rip back. General idea, its safety point is the mean, 4241. What lifts this mean is positive drift. Okay, positive drift lifts this mean. Why do I say that? Because all the selling pressure will come in and these candles start to drag out a little bit longer sideways, which means this thing still goes up, which means you've lifted the mean in order for it to bounce off of, and you can set a whole bunch more divs all the way up on this funny TA structure if you wanted to draw that. Okay, expansion fully extended to the upside. Let's go look for positive drift for the top of the peak of the bell curve. That is what we are interested in, to see if positive drift is going to keep this from falling through. So it's expansion to the downside, losing its trend though, maybe 4455. Let's see, that's on the 4-hour, sorry I meant to click 3-hour. Is expansion, is sideways, outlier event. I'm not happy given that the outlier event hadn't occurred at this mean, 4596, so maybe a little flush to the downside on 456. So I'm sounding quite bearish today. Let me go look for some positive drift or some expansion. So that's still bearish. 90-minute is contracting, positively correlated. So we're looking to hit this reverse wave trend region here, 4630, right? 4630. Let's see if there's any opportunities to stop that sideways. So your 45-minute can start to put in positive drift. Positive drift will get you above 4788. Alright, 30 minutes. 30 minutes had its outlier event, expansion to the downside. So we're looking for, given we've had a lot of volatility come through the book, it's pretty much lining up with the standpoint. We want to double touch the weekly VRE, the new print. Alright, 15 minutes. We are closing, this is the 15-minute reverse wave trend, that is the 90-minute reverse wave trend. As you can see, we bounced off of it, came into the 15-minute reverse wave trend mean area, and now we're looking for support on this reverse wave trend. Okay, we have some bull div given. That bull div will only play out if this 15-minute candle closes 4718, 4714. Contraction positively correlated, so any selling pressure that's coming in will be bought up for now until, let's see, a weekly mean. So I have some expansion looking for the downside, but given we've had 5 expansion candles, that's what we're looking for, but we need that to be this side. Alright, we need Pearson correlation to be negatively correlated under contraction, and that will keep it above the orange line. Right now it says sideways, which means on the next 10 minutes it may want to close pretty much exactly on the reverse wave trend. Expansion to the downside, 5 candles. Let's look for some follow through on the 5 minute. Mean reversion plays happening right now. We've just hit our first blue flash, breaking out of our trend though to the downside. So if this is a bit too aggressive, you will find that it will be bought up really quickly. And how do we see that? Is because just a little flick over here broke us through. Alright, but given it still needs to hit an outlier event for that to happen, but you know, once it breaks through these dots and this band, you can start to look for a pullback. Given, you can see that, and blue flashes switch off, you can look for a good entry. 1 minute, so 5 minutes mean reverting down on the super scalper, I could say. The only thing helping that catch a bull div off of here is Shannon Entropy when contraction phase comes in. Alright, so the next 5 minute candle, this is more than likely going to be contracting, and then we're in negative correlation, which will add the positive drift to hold us again back here at the reverse wave trend. Okay, so there you go. You can look for continuation. There you go. Not too high, not too high. Don't hit the mean. What you want is just a little close above reverse wave trend. Then the next candle will naturally print itself through, and you won't have to push as hard. You have your blue flash coming off. You have expansion to the upside. So let's go look for daily mean. Alright. Usually we want to be making our trades in the 3 seconds at the end of the candle, the 3 seconds of the start of the candle. Second 36 to second 27. That will tell you a lot of what's going on. So they try to lift it above. Here's those 3 seconds. They're trying to lift it above reverse wave trend, and another 3 seconds. Maybe it goes sideways here. So it can close above reverse wave trend. As you see, they kept it where it is. Naturally mean reverts to the upside. We've got the bull div on, and now we're going to look for continuation. So we shuffle back up to the 5 minute time frame, and we see what's going on. I have a 1 minute cone that is set up, and we can switch that off. We can switch that off. So there you go. You mean reverts above the cone here. As you can see, mean reversion plays wanting to happen. If I was to super zoom on this, come on, get big. Okay, what do we see? We see that this line is naturally going to be this PB cone over here, and if it closes below, it's going to naturally tick through. You see there? So that mean and this PB cone, they are the same. They have the same data. So that's a higher term time frame that's kicked through. That only gets confirmed if they can close it above this, right? If they can close it above PB cone on the 1 minute, you'll naturally see this one want to mean revert through, but it can't close here. It needs to close up like 3 fractions of a cent. Okay, so 1 minute range will demarcate through reverse wave trends, and that's fine. VRE levels, cool. So any failure from here, you can obviously see in the next 20 minutes 20 minutes or so, you can have a touch at your weekly mean, which was what we pretty much fell from all the way up here. Alright, boom. So we're looking for this region here, and that's our daily mean. We can start to now target daily mean as well, where we fell from up here. You see how it gets tagged quite nicely. Coming in, obviously front run, we have a cone to tell us where those levels were, and we got faded out. It always wants to hit the daily. Given we have hit the daily, it can be a bit sketchy. A lot of noise signal processing coming in here. There is a bull div forming to ramp us up to the upside. Obviously, there will still be a bull div if we hold above 4636, and that can also help set us up to the upside. There'll be bear divs coming in here as well. Lower lows, lower highs, lower high, lower high, lower high. Okay. Range it, and let's go finish off with that time frame. I thought that would do. Okay. That time frame. Okay. VRE levels and distribution cones. Right. I hope this was helpful. That's your weekly mean, that's your daily mean, that's your range for the day. You break out of this, you're going to look for continuation down to the monthly mean, which is very far away. You look for continuation down to here. Over here is 3470. If you start failing this region, if you break through your weekly mean. Still, it's magnet in the month, don't forget that. Alright, only thing that is helping it is weekly mean, and daily mean is above it, which is the price action that will get us back up. Okay, but usually if there's magnets below, it wants to go to magnets below. This would only be bullish if, or this would be more bullish if you had your weekly here, or if you had your weekly. If this was your daily, you had your weekly line and your monthly line, then it would definitely want to go that way. Now we're in that distribution in between two ranges, so it's going to range, and the only way it gets there is through a bear div. And the only way it gets out of here is through a bull div. I hope this was helpful. Much love. Trade safe. And yeah, watch those PB coin levels. Mark them out, write them down, and look for trades in those regions. Ciao Bella, much love. Pow pow.